All right, happy Thursday night, everybody. Welcome on into the Raiderland World Headquarters. Glad you're with us this evening. Whether you are joining us on Twitter X at Ryan Hyatt Media, maybe you're on our Facebook page. That's great. You ought to be on there every day. We got a lot of cool stuff there. Maybe you are on our YouTube channel. If you're not on the YouTube channel, subscribe. It's all free. Keep driving those numbers up. That's all. All we ask you to do. You don't got to pay no money. You don't got to do anything in Raiderland other than just support all of our sponsors and subscribe to all of our platforms. If you do that, everything's good. We got stuff going on here on the first day of May. Texas Tech baseball. How do you fix it? 15 wins so far on the year, 26 losses. That dog don't hunt. So what do you do? I am going to try to stay out of your way tonight on that topic. I have thoughts, but I'm going to try to give you as much latitude as I can to sound off. Now, remember, I called my first Tech baseball game on radio in 1989. I've seen a few things, good, bad, and in between. I'll try to step out of the way tonight because I really want you guys to drive the conversation on that. And it is Thursday. That means overrated, underrated, rated right. Why not talk about truck stops? Who needs TV when you got a truck stop? Who needs MasterCharge when you got a Visa? All right. Who needs to fix it when it ain't broke? All right. So all that tonight, whatever else is on your mind. I'm trying to keep it fairly simple though on the content and go hyper baseball tonight. Up to you. Drive the comments. Get in on our YouTube channel, on Facebook, on Twitter X at Ryan Hyatt Media. All brought to you by United Supermarkets, Market Street. They're the grocery store that supports Texas Tech. They're the grocery store with Mother's Day coming up and graduation and Father's Day and all the holidays. You know what they've got you taken care of. You got to go buy mom a card, flowers. And there you go. Got it there at Market Street, United Supermarkets. All right, let's make it happen tonight. Craig is indeed right. The talking box is on. Let's get you guys going. Let's talk baseball. I would think by now you guys know I love talking baseball. In three, in two. Good evening, West Texans, all you good, fine, friendly folks out there who wish you were. I'm Ryan Hyatt, TheRaiderland.com. You started your day on the website. You saw the Raiderland hot links. Isn't that a great time killer at work? You go to the website every morning. I got all those links going on, and you're like, I got to click on that. I got to look at that. Yeah, that's what I do. You're welcome. Don't cost nothing. Also, question of the day and our thoughts early on in the day. Go to theraiderland.com every morning. Start your day there. We're brought to you by McAlpin Chiropractic, the official chiropractor of Raiderland. He's worked with high-level Tech athletes. He's worked with my own son. He has helped numerous people I know. That's the best, really, endorsement I can give you on a guy that I would trust him with my friends and my family. But find out for yourself. Now, his slogan is not if your back's out of whack, call it quack. Don't call it quack, call Kevin Mack. It should be. And I think that'd be really good. But apparently, there's like legal things. You can't do that. Also brought to you by Lifts West in Red River, New Mexico. This is kind of the little slow time. Memorial Day is coming. Summer is coming. You need to book your reservations now. They go fast. And Red River is as much fun, if not more fun, in the summer as it is in the winter. All right. Skiing in the winter, fishing, hiking, horseback riding, just sitting around, reading a book by the river. You can do all of that at Lifts West. Call our friend Billy Hurst. Tell him we sent you. All right. So here we are. How do you fix Texas Tech baseball? Tell me, what's wrong? 15 and 26 right now. What I would call an embarrassing midweek series sweep to UT Rio Grande Valley. Now, did they have a higher RPI coming in? Yes, they did, about 39 to 67 or whatever it was starting the week. Have they been a better team this year? Yeah. Is that acceptable? No, it's not. You should be better than UT Rio Grande Valley. With everything you put into the program to this point, everything you've done, we get that. We understand that. So it wasn't even so much the losing, but how you lost. Last night you were non-competitive for 9 innings until UT Rio Grande Valley put in a guy who had pitched slightly more than me. And you got 4 runs, and it kind of did a little cosmetic surgery on the score. You tell me, how do you fix Texas Tech baseball? And I'm going to say one more time, I'm trying really hard tonight to stay out of your way because I have thoughts and I don't necessarily want to debate you tonight. I'll debate you in the coming days, but I don't necessarily want to debate you tonight. I may interject points of information and give you facts and different things, but I don't want to. I want to hear from you as Texas Tech baseball fans because Texas Tech has great baseball fans. One of the reasons why this program has had the success it has had is because there are great baseball fans in Lubbock, Texas, USA. So you tell me, how do you fix this? What needs to change? Is it talent? Is it coaching? Is it the investment of the athletic department and other supporters into the program compared to other programs around the country over the last 5 years? You tell me. Jump in on the United Supermarkets chat line. We want to hear from you. He's wet. He's a penguin. That's really awkward. Watching this baseball team has been the equivalent of getting a tooth pulled for 2 months. Yeah. As a lover of baseball and a lover of Texas Tech baseball, again, one of the first sports I ever called at Texas Tech. Lady Raider basketball, all those things. Baseball was one of the first. Sitting there in the booth at it was Danlaw Field then in '89. One of the first ones. And it's been painful to watch. Because the program's better than what's happening right now. Even with what I think are failings within either the program, the athletic department, or otherwise over the last few years, it's better than this. So what do you do? Is the talent good? Is the talent not good? Is coaching good? Coaching not good? Identification of talent, good, not good? Is it just bad luck that you're having? Injuries, TJ Poppy. You tell me what you think. How do you fix Texas Tech baseball right now? And we can't sit here and say they hadn't really done anything and just totally abandoned the program. If you've seen the new clubhouse that has come into play over the last year or so, which, by the way, locks them into the current setting of Danlaw Field if you want a new field. But that's again, topic for another part. What do you think? Timbo, they look great for the game we attended on Sunday. Sunday there against Arizona? Yeah. No, they had a 5-game stretch going into the midweek that I really thought we were seeing the better aspect of this team, this program, come to play. That Tim Tadlock teams get better, define themselves, and this time of year is when the good ones really begin to show who they are. And I thought, we're seeing this. We are seeing this in action right now. But what we saw Tuesday and last night, and really even last night for 8 innings, was a give up. It was a give up. All right, get in on the United Supermarkets chat line. How do you fix Texas Tech baseball? What do you want to do? What do you want to see? How does it change? What changes, given the complexion of college baseball here in 2025, which is vastly different from 2019, the last time you went to Omaha? The game of college baseball has changed. It's hard to even quantify how much it has changed since you were in Omaha in 2019. And that may be something that's hard for Texas Tech fans, some, to understand the massive changes in college baseball. That you feel like it wasn't that long ago. We were just there in Omaha. Yeah, no, it's a totally different world. And then overrated, underrated, rated right truck stops. We asked the question, is Buc-ee's overrated? The wet penguin is back. I think it's a little bit of everything, but I think the biggest is straight up talent, identification, and NIL. Okay. Again, I'm doing I'm doing my best to not debate, because I want you guys to get your points out there. I want you guys to feel free to say what you want to say. But if it's talent identification, now NIL, I agree with that. I agree with that a lot. But the talent identification, did this coaching staff go dumb over the last 2 or 3 years? And all of a sudden they can't identify talent, because up until then they had, and there's been no massive change in the identifiers of talent. I get it. I guess that maybe things can change, and all of a sudden a good scout doesn't know what a good baseball player looks like, or a good coach doesn't know what a good college baseball player looks like. I have a hard time going down the road. Now, here I am. I'm sorry. I'm going to stop. You guys get your comments in. All right? I apologize. I'm doing what I said I wasn't going to do. All right? Texas Tech right now in the Big 12 batting average, number 7, 12th in the league in runs scored, 13th in walks. That's generating walks. You're 3rd in the league when it comes to grounding into double plays. So when you actually get guys on, you hit into double plays, and you're 13th in a league of 14 teams on on-base percentage. Pitching, ERA 13th, fielding 12th. All of those numbers indicate a team that's not very good, that is actually, when you look at some of the numbers, outperforming the raw statistics, and those are the most basic raw statistics. They're outperforming that by where they are in the standings in the Big 12. But all those indicate to me that this is not a team that is just, oh, the pitching's bad and that's the problem. Oh, the hitting's bad, that's the problem. No, it's across the board. It's bad baseball every way you look at it when you look at the numbers. And again, statistics can be misleading. There are lies, there are damn lies, and there are statistics, and I get that. If you're a baseball player, baseball person, you totally understand that stats don't always tell the intricate story. But yeah, for this team, it's telling the story. So we ask again tonight, if you want to get in, you want to fire away your comments, your thoughts. How do you fix Texas Tech baseball? You tell me, 1, what you think is wrong, 2, how to fix it. What needs to change? I'm doing my best not to engage in like a total back and forth, because that's not the time. And then it is overrated, underrated, rated right Thursday. Truck stops. Give me great truck stops. I mean, we got Travelers Advantage, Loves. We got Buc-ee's. We got Chisholm. We got all these truck stops out there. Everybody loves the truck stop. I mean, all of a sudden, like, if you get a Buc-ee's in your town, people are freaking out. I think Amarillo got one. Yeah, Amarillo got one. People would be freaking out on that. Maybe you have a favorite truck stop. Maybe you travel between Lubbock or wherever you live in certain places, and you go, I got to stop at this place. Let's talk about truck stops. Let's talk about the greatness of Jason Boland and the Stragglers about 2001. The seminal album, Truck Stop Diaries, one of the greatest red dirt / Texas country music albums of all time, Truck Stop Diaries. Get in. Let's talk. All right. Again, very simple, compacted topics tonight. Tech baseball, overrated, underrated, truck stops. And I know softball is playing, and I am not keeping up right now, and I apologize. I assume they're going to beat the hell out of somebody. The Wet Penguin on Twitter X. We're, by the way, at Ryan Hyatt Media on Twitter. Hopefully you guys follow us there. Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland. You can find us on our YouTube channel. Everybody on Twitter, follow us there. Everybody on Facebook, follow us on our YouTube channel. And then vice versa. Get in on the Facebook page and all the stuff we do. That helps grow the channel, grows what we do. Is great for our advertisers like McAlpin Chiropractic, United Supermarkets, Lifts West in Red River, New Mexico. Wet Penguin. I agree. I don't think we don't know ball, or they just suddenly woke up and forgot. But these guys can't seem to play together. And if you play bad, at what point do you say that is who you are trotting out there in day to day? Great point. And if you'll allow me not to debate that, but to discuss that, and I've said this before, that this year and last year with the transfer portal and everything else, you're throwing baseball teams together. And one of the great things about Tim Tadlock and Texas Tech was culture and having third and fourth year players that transmitted the culture, but they'd play together. They knew how to play the Tim Tadlock way. Be where your feet are, water the tree, all those things. Yeah, all that stuff matters. Now, when you've got a bunch of guys who don't know each other, and I know Texas Tech is not singularly alone in this aspect, but I think that's one of the strongest things that Tim Tadlock creates is culture. If you take that out, you're losing a lot of the Tim Tadlock way. And I think it frustrates him to no great end. Continuing on the United Supermarkets chat line, Lynn, sounds like with those stats, need to find better players in all positions. Better players win games. You know? Again, I'm not. This is really, if you guys know me, you know how hard this is. I am so trying hard not to engage in debate, but to encourage your statements, your comments, and then provide context. Totally different. Totally different. I'm not good at that. If Don Williams were here, he would say the same thing. If my wife were on the show, she would say, yeah. So Jan, who's a great Red Raider fan, she's out there every game, out there at Danlaw Field every game, or as much as she can be. When you get past the first, second pitcher, it goes down. Not sure if it's talent, coaching, or mindset. The guy shagging balls seems to have the most hustle on most nights. By the way, we've seen some saddle tramps make some great plays out there in the field this year. Maybe we just need to move the dugout back to the first base side, and it's Tadlock's 13th year. So we got a few things there. I thought this midweek was the first time I didn't see Texas Tech competing hard all year. The Saddle Tramps, the Ball Boys, they made some great plays. The dugout deal, so they moved the dugout because all the clubhouse and everything is down third base line. They used to have the dugout on the first base side because nobody really knew, but the theory was that it kept the sun out of your dugout and into your opponent's dugout on hot days. This is going back to the 90s and the 2000s. And you had your clubhouse back on the first base side. But years ago, they moved the clubhouse down the third base line. They finally changed the dugouts. I'm not superstitious. Doesn't matter anymore. But there you go. The dugout issue. That's why everything now is on the third base side. And now they got coolers in there, and fans and everything else. And back in the day, you were just trying to survive the old Danlaw Field. Timbo and Austin nailed it. Team not playing where their feet are. And Tim said that for years, and I'm like, be where your feet are. Well, where else can you be? No, I get it. We all I think we all get it. We all understand it. Be where your feet are. This team, I don't know that they know where their feet is for the most part. All right, making sure we're not getting any good ones in on Twitter otherwise. So the question is, how do you fix Texas Tech baseball? How do you fix Texas Tech baseball? I've got this platform. I've got this ability to fix Tech baseball for the next several weeks. And the season does not end until the Big 12 tournament. And nothing that happens, if Texas Tech had beaten UT Rio Grande Valley in 2 games, nothing changed on making the NCAA tournament. I hope you guys understand that. It's just the nature of the losses and everything else that you feel like you were seeing something coming together, and now you don't see it. But nothing changes. You could beat you could sweep West Virginia this weekend. you're not in the NCAA tournament getting an at-large bid. You got to win 4 games in 4 days at the Big 12 tournament starting May 1st in Arlington. That's the reality. Yeah, I was looking today on the RPI at d1baseball.com. Texas Tech has 15 wins. And I mean, we got obviously 3 weekends to go. We'll see where they end up. Total wins. This is tracking to be one of the worst total win totals of the last almost 50 years for Tech baseball. This is going back to Cal Segris, Gary Ashby, early days of Larry Hayes, Dan Spencer. You get the idea. The paltry win total. So Texas Tech RPI D1 baseball 62 today. And really, this is the best it's been all year since they started doing the RPI. And I'm thinking, okay, so you had a great non-conference schedule that helps the RPI out. You play in a decent, good baseball conference, not a direct baseball conference, not as good as it has been. Although the last 3 weeks, Big 12 baseball teams are making noise like you're going to get maybe 4 teams in the NCAA tournament. And I really thought 2-3 weeks ago you were looking at 3 max, So I was looking at where Tech is 15 wins. And then how far do you have to go on the RPI to have teams with that few win total, like non-double 20 win total? All right. So the next 15 win total teams in the RPIs: Old Dominion at 115, UTA at 134, Washington State at 185, and then there was one more. Now I can't think who it was. Golly, you got to be kidding me! What Penguins? So how does TCU do it? They can't have much more NIL than we do. They seem to keep a culture in the transfer portal era. Well, yes and no. TCU is not TCU of a couple of years ago, that's for sure. They are, however, sitting now at 16 on the RPI, 31 and 13. So how do they do it? Well, they do have a consistency. They do have Lupton. They do have the Metroplex. But they certainly haven't outachieved you if you're Texas Tech over the last couple of years. And I could say that given some of the players they've had go through the last 5 years, they probably underachieved to an extent. So I'd say you're pretty much dead even with TCU. Go back to the D1 baseball RPI, where the Big 12 is right now. West Virginia, where you're going and you're playing tomorrow night. I think the weather's okay. They are 15 in the RPI. TCU 16. All right, that's 2 teams in the in the NCAA tournament right now. If it started today, I think the biggest thing for TCU, they haven't had a bad loss, and by that I mean we look at quadrants. In quad 4, 3, 2, 1, and TCU is 12-6-0 in quad 4. West Virginia 12-0 in quad 4. Quad 3, West Virginia 12-1, TCU 9-2, and then TCU 11-7-2, 5-4-1. West Virginia 6-3-1, 7-1 in quad 2. That's why they're up there where they are. When they've had opportunities, they've maximized. I'm really impressed that Kansas is still hanging in there at 21. They're up 7 spots this week in the RPI. They don't have a ton of wins in quad 1 or quad 2. They're underwater in quad 1, 4 and 6, but they're 5-1 in quad 2. That's how you get there. Arizona, who you just took apart, 7-7-1, 4-3-2, 8-3-3, 10-0-4. That's kind of where you are right now. Kansas State's trending the wrong way. I don't think they're going to get in. They're at 43 on the RPI. BYU 56. Yeah. So there we are. So for Tech at 62. Let's see if we can get those numbers up. So yeah, how Tech is doing in the quads. So quad 1, 5 and 15. You played a ton of them. No doubt. You just hadn't won many. And the ones you've won have been in Big 12 play. 3 and 4 in quad 2, 5 and 4 in 3, and 2 and 1 in quad 4. Now, a lot of years, this time of year, Texas Tech would be like 8 and 0, 9 and 0, 9 and 1 in quad 4. It's a testament to the strength of schedule that Tim Tadlock put together that you've only played 3 of those games. It was a risk, I guess. It was, I think, strategically smart to do it, but you got to win the freaking games. And I think they knew going in that it was going to be tough. Oklahoma State, by the way, at 67 the RPI, they're the biggest failure in the Big 12 this year. I mean, they're 9 and 4 quad 4, 1 and 4 quad 3. It ain't been the good teams that have beat them. It's the bad teams. This was a consensus top 1 or 2 team in the Big 12. So there we are. All right, you guys get in your thoughts. How do you fix Texas Tech baseball? You tell me in the moments we have left. Truck stops, your favorite ones, your best ones, anything else. Whatever else you want to do. Get in. It's fun. Now, the biggest thing I want you to do, share this, put it out there, invite your friends in, put it on Facebook, put it on Twitter, put it on your YouTube channel, share people into the conversation, grow this, and have some fun with it. Jan, Texas Tech leaves too many stranded. Even in the meat of the order, we can't get them in. Plenty of hits with no RBIs. That's why you're 12th in runs scored in the Big 12. You're 7th overall in hitting, but you're 12th in runs scored. So what does that tell us? Exactly what Jan is saying. You don't get crucial hits, RASP. Find out what it means to me. Is it just me, or do we experience more arm injuries than most? It's just you. Trust me on this one. All college teams, everybody in baseball, arm injuries, arm injuries, arm injuries. And that stems from the overuse of players when they are 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 years old. And by the time they get to either college or even going into the pros now out of high school, they've been abused, overused, they've thrown too much, and it's everything about youth baseball. It has nothing to do with Tech or other schools. Trust me on this one. I'm surprised the Fire Gardner chants. I'm surprised the Fire Gardner chants have come from. I missed something. We're rating truck stops, David Collier, KMEC 28 sports director, who did not run the awesome video released by Texas Tech Tennis on how to cheer at the women's tennis NCAA event there at Texas Tech this weekend, featuring Jody McGuire heckling from above tennis. College tennis is raucous, it's beautiful, it's wonderful. It ain't Wimbledon. Go check it out. We're rating truck stops. Over, under, underrated, overrated, whatever. Now, Collier spends a lot of time on the road between the Metroplex and everywhere else. The man knows Traveler's Advantage. He knows the TNA. He knows Traveler's Advantage. Settle down. He knows Love's. He knows Buc-ee's. He knows everything else. If anybody I know could probably rate truck stops, over, underrated, right, it might be him. I still have a 10. I have no idea what that means. Afraid to ask even. What does that mean? What are we talking about? I still have a 10. Oh, I know what you're doing. You're sucking up to your wife right now. Okay, that's good. That's quality. So that's what we were rating tonight. We were discussing Tech baseball. How do you fix it? What's broken? I have a feeling we'll have this discussion again on May 26th. I do have a feeling. And we go from there. All right, you guys are the best. Again, I ask you to do a couple of things. Support all of our sponsors. Share this on Twitter X at Ryan Hyatt Media. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland. Invite your friends to subscribe. And then same thing on Facebook. Don't cost nothing. It's all free, and we have a great time. We're going to post this up here on the website in mere moments. Mere moments. We're off and rolling. You know? Be off and rolling. Before you leave, give us your thoughts. How do we fix it? Not tonight. That's not this show. This show is about you. I have my thoughts. I'll release them when my thoughts are fully formed. All right. We'll see you guys in the morning. Most Texan thing you've done this week on our Friday. Sorry, what pick? On our Friday column there on the website at theraiderland.com. You guys pay attention to David Collier on Twitter. He's really funny. And then watch him on TV. He does a good job.